first off, before I get started, I did shave. And that might be kind of confusing because some of the videos are going to be edited a little out of sequence today because I have different facial hair during reflections and different facial hair earlier in the day, and now I have no facial hair. So don't get confused. Life goes on. The reason I'm sitting here is because I want to explain to you guys why I wanted to start this company. Now I want you to understand Craig owns equal ownership in what we're doing here. But the idea was something that I came up with, and I want to explain why it was I came up with it. So I graduated college last May, and then immediately after graduation took off to Kenya for a couple months with an organization called World Next Door. And I spent the summer there, traveling all over Kenya, living in Nairobi, and filming for different organizations that were there, kind of like trying to help promote them through a global digital magazine. If you get the chance, go check out worldnextdoor.org. Super cool organization. But I think one of the things that bothered me most about the summer was that I would come up with these kind of grand ideas for, like, I'm going to do this video, I'm gonna shoot this thing, or I came up with the idea for this or that. But I always seem to kind of lack the follow through. There always seemed to be a lot of things that got in the way where it was just like, well, that's super far, or I can't carry the equipment I need over there because it's too dangerous, or this or that. And I felt like by the end of the summer, I hadn't really made a whole lot that I was proud of. I had a really great summer, spiritually, relationally, emotionally, got to meet some amazing people and do some amazing stuff, but content-wise, which is why I was there, I wasn't super proud of myself. I came back home, a college graduate living with his parents, trying to pay off what debt I had coming out of college before I kind of went and started my life. That's kind of been my story up until now. Living at home and working random jobs, sometimes working for my dad, sometimes filming some things, and just trying to pay off. I mean, I didn't have that much college debt, but trying to pay that off before I can kind of move somewhere and really start, because I don't like being in debt. But I think a second part of that kind of leads me to where I am is that I shot a couple freelance jobs over the winter and then even leading into the spring, and they were for great companies and they were great ideas, and the projects turned out fine. But I think there was a certain amount of professionalism to them that didn't exactly match my personality. And not that that's a bad thing. I was trying to bring something to the table that wasn't me. And I think I felt like it was almost kind of like I was putting in my dues. Like I felt like, okay, I'm going to do a couple projects that maybe aren't the most creative, or maybe I don't have that much storytelling in them. But once I get those out of the way, then I can really, once I get some traction, I can really start doing the projects that I want to. And that, I'm not saying that's not true for some people, but for me, I felt like the more projects I kept doing like that, the more projects I kept getting hired to do like that. And I felt like if I didn't start doing something that represented my sense of creativity and my sense of narrative, then I was never going to get hired to do those things. If any of you ever try to do anything alone, it can be super difficult because there's no one there. I mean, having left college and moving into Indiana and just living at home, I don't have a whole lot of community. So there's not a lot of people besides my parents and my family who I love dearly. But sometimes it's nice to have peers to kind of bounce ideas off of and say, like, what does this look like? Or how do you kind of get past this or that? I got super excited about Craig coming home because all of a sudden Craig is the world's best yes man. Like, I've been longing to do things and to make something, and but every time I got that start, or I started moving in a certain direction, I would kind of get distracted, or I would go do something else. Or I think sometimes it can be hard for me at times to really, really put the work in when it really counts. And I think I feel uncomfortable saying that, but I think these vlogs are about being honest. I've always wanted to start a production company, and I've always wanted to tell stories. It's my favorite thing in the world. Craig got back into town, and all of a sudden, I remember driving on the interstate to get back here and realizing that I had a month of having someone else around to kind of bounce ideas off of and get excited about stuff. And I didn't want to let that go to waste. But I was worried because I hate starting things and then losing traction. I hate coming up with ideas and a month later being like, wouldn't that have been cool if we had done that? And I feel like I have lists of those things in my life, and I'm sure a lot of people do, but I feel like entering this season of my life, being out of college and kind of starting my adult life, I want to be someone who follows through, and I want to be someone who comes through on what they say they're going to do. And that's where the YouTube aspect of this came into play. Having a sense of accountability is rough, but at the same point, like, every morning, I mean, I've gotten texts from different people. Like when the videos go up a little bit late, I get texts from people saying like, "Hey, where's the video today?" And that's awesome because first of all, it's encouraging that people are watching them, but it's an accountability on my part to say like, I have to do this. Like, and there have been mornings where we wake up and it's like, oof, like I wish we could just like hang out today. Like I wish we didn't have to like come up with this video idea or do something. But it's been a really trying thing, and it's been really good in teaching me how to become habitually hardworking. Not just at the last minute when it really counts, but all the time. Especially in creative fields, it's really easy to kind of just wait for these bursts of inspiration and be like, well, when the time comes, I'll think of the idea. Getting in the practice of having to make videos every day and having to come up with stories every day, all of a sudden I find myself in this position where when I do have to come up with something creative, I'm in the habit. It's like an exercise for me. Like that's a muscle that I've been working in, so that muscle is prepared and ready to go. And so I have no idea what this is going to look like in 30 days, but it's something I'm excited about, and I think it's so far been really healthy for me and Craig to have to force ourselves to figure this stuff out. So when it comes down to it, I started this because I don't want to be that person who waits around my whole life for somebody to find me. I doubt that I will be doing this job 20 years from now. I have no idea what I'll be doing, but I think this is a first step in a chain reaction of things that's going to lead me to whatever I end up doing. And for now, it's something I really enjoy, and it's something that I feel has at least some purpose to me, and it feels important to me. I hope that answered some of the questions on at least why we're doing what we're doing. And if it didn't, if you have more questions, if people want to know more about who we are and what we're doing, yeah, I mean, please feel free to like comment, ask questions. We really do enjoy it. We're pretty open people, and I think the whole point of this is to, on some level, be transparent as we can about what we're doing and how it's affecting us. So, thanks for your questions. If you've ever wondered what the best song in the world is, I have your answer for you. Neil Diamond, Forever in Blue Jeans. Look it up. It's amazing. It's been my anthem since like 4th grade. Laugh at me all you want. It's a killer song.
So, it's been a really productive day for me, but not video-wise. Homework-wise. I don't know if you guys still know this or not. Not still. Don't know if you know this or not. I'm a full-time college student still right now. Like, I've got 8-page essays to write and books to read and all these things. So, finished a book today, have an essay due by tonight, and then tomorrow I have another book due and an essay. And we're doing videos tomorrow. So, busy. But for right now, I'm going to go pick up a cord for my phone because I lost one when I was coming back from Europe. Thank you. You think today's a bad day for ice cream? You think so?
Let me put a little more, but this
a little more? Oh, thank you. Thank you. More ice cream is never a problem. It's a rainy day. You gotta have ice cream. It's part of it. Bye. Thank you. Let's call it free advertising right there. So, there's a member of our family that you haven't met yet, and his name... Huh? Livlers?
There's a lot of people that haven't met yet.
That's true. I'm sorry.
One of them is the person driving.
We can cut... Yeah, this is Marissa. I don't know if you've met Marissa. She's our sister, and she lives with us right now.
One of our 3 sisters.
We have 3 of those, and she's a great one. She's a good one.
The best one.
We're on our way to pick up...
Sorry, Aaliyah and Brittany.
Aaliyah and Brittany they don't get a shout out today. One day. But we're about to pick up John, Marissa's husband.
Who lives at home with us.
Who lives at home with us. He's been backpacking in... Utah for like a long time. I don't know actually.
Do you know the place where, what was the 21 hour like thing? The place the guy cut his arm off.
He had the 127 hours, guys.
In the rock thing.
He was that
John
guy.
was there.
John was not when he did it. He
No,
wasn't there for that.
just last week
But
he was
yeah,
there.
you know. So we're gonna go pick him up. Hopefully he has both of his arms.
We're not picking him up from Utah.
We're not picking him up from Utah. That would be a long drive.
Jaunt.
Just a jaunt down the road.
Is this gonna start? Is this now where every
Welcome, this is
bit of
John.
my life? You guys filmed in my bathtub. What was that?
Borrowing the bathtub. John shaved his mountain beard. What are we calling this exactly?
I don't know. Somewhere between Shane Claiborne and David Crowder.
Shane Crowder.
Call it the goat. The goat Crowder.
I think I call it the homeless youth pastor.
Homeless youth pastor. Yeah, I'll support that. I'm good with that.
Dude, nobody supports that. Homeless youth pastor.
Who doesn't support a homeless youth pastor?
Oh, man.
On a real note, I'm really excited about this.
Craig, quick question. Should John be in Reflections with us tonight?
Absolutely. I would love to reflect with you guys.
Can we
Okay.
get ourselves
But
in the
John's
tightest
going to be in
possible?
Reflections tonight.
That's gonna be later because I need to finish
That's fine.
this and actually
Oh, but
this.
maybe I'll go. I think I'm going to go mustache for Reflections.
Are you gonna mustache for
I'll go
reflections?
keep that. I'll go mustache for, and then you can shave it after Reflections. And down.
Ow, my elbow! There's something leaking! Ow, it's everywhere!
What is it?
I don't know.
It's really wet over here.
Can I look at you? Or
The
do I
biggest.
look at the
No,
camera?
look at the camera.
I don't know how to vlog. I don't know.
That's a camera. Talk at it.
Anyway, welcome
With
to
your words.
Reflections. This is John. We've already introduced John.
He's a big.
And as promised, I have a mustache for Reflection. Craig tried.
No, this is
Didn't
the
happen.
progression. It's neck beard, mustache, no.
Welcome
facial
to the
hair.
evolution of facial hair in a bathtub. John has officially been selected to become our company HR representative
Yes.
/ what was it? Pastoral?
Pastoral.
John would like to explain his position.
It's a facade.
It's a
Yeah.
facade.
It's
John's
a
position is a
facade.
facade.
I'm a facade.
It's a lie.
But he's enjoying
It's not a lie. I exist.
John,
I'm
please
real.
explain.
Not
Please
you.
explain your contract.
My contract, gummy bears. Sugar-free gummy bears.
Sugar-free gummy bears from Haribo.
Sugar-free
The
gummy
only
bears.
thing.
John, where are you coming? Where have you joined us from?
So, yeah, I was hiking in the Paria Canyon out in Utah / Arizona. It does both for the past week. And then I got out to figure out that this had started in my bathtub. Which
Okay,
was,
let's be fair. It's mom and dad's bathtub.
it's a good point.
John's
That
our
is
brother-in-law.
We're brothers in love.
He's family. You'll meet Ben at some point too. The four of us kind of have this. It's not a triangle. It can't be
Square.
That doesn't
Square.
make sense.
It's like a love square. Craig, would you like to explain love square?
So,
What do we-
What did you guys learn today?
So much.
we
That's,
hired John.
we did.
Which I feel like was a good
That's a
decision.
big business move.
He's making
I
as
would
much
say.
as we are at this point, which is nothing.
I'm making gummy bears.
That's you don't have the money.
We
for
need to
gummy
add that
bears.
to our deductive. I don't know if I've said this, and so I'm going to say it now. I'm actually, I know I came back from Europe, but I'm still like a full-time college student. I'm taking online classes. So today what I did was actually like read an entire book and write a paper about it, and that's what I also have to do tomorrow secretly. I don't know if I've told you guys that or not, but that's something that today I didn't do much with the business, but I am still a college student and still have to write papers and
Evidently,
things.
Reflections has become a source for us to brag about our reading abilities.
It was an entire book.
I read an entire book.
What did you do today?
How many pages?
What did
was
you
it?
do?
How many pages was it?
Lots.
1,000?
I didn't read all of it.
There it is. There it is.
Craig, so let's reflect on what lying does to the company.
I'm not done with it because I have to do reflections. I'm still working.
HR already doing his job.
Can we take it back? I'm gonna give you a regular gummy bears. What did you do today?
I email. Oh, exciting stuff! Actually, tomorrow we'll talk more about this tomorrow. But we actually are working with our first client.
Up and running. Or a business.
We're a business, so tomorrow we'll be talking more about that. So I was emailing back and forth about some of that. I was. I think
27
I think the biggest part of today, like real moment of reflections. I'm trying to have a very like cathartic.
Has done great.
Lethargic?
Cathartic.
I like
That
your
seems
mom.
I did
lazy of
lethargic.
you.
This is dripping on me. John showered in this like 10 minutes ago. We wiped it down.
I was on a
With-
6-day backpacking trip.
I'm not
needed to
complaining
shower.
about your showering. I'm
Appreciate
complaining about the
it.
fact that it's very damp in here still.
It is damp.
It's not.
Who's your
It's
choice
not
to do
like-
the bathtub?
My
That's a good
butt
point.
is just soaked.
I didn't choose the bathtub for reflection.
The bathtub shows.
That's true. I agree.
It's nice and cool.
I agree.
You already said.
Anyways, sorry.
Anyway, real moment.
So, Sundays.
Let's have some moments.
Sundays.
No, yeah, I think the hard thing with these is like it's like there wasn't a whole lot of business stuff to do today because a lot of it just needed to be us. Craig needed to get homework done. I had some stuff I had to catch up on, and so I think the reality is if we were starting a business right now and we weren't filming it, today would have just been a day where it's like, okay, we don't have to we'll just kind of set some stuff aside. We'll get other things done, and then Monday starts up. We'll hit the ground running. We'll go back to business stuff. But it's worrisome when you're doing these videos because it's like, well, if we don't do anything today, it comes across like, well, they're really not trying hard, or and the stuff that you don't see is like Craig didn't sleep last night because he was editing the video.
Up all night.
And we've been working like crazy this week. And so, yeah, I think it's a hard kind of dynamic of saying like, well, are we cheating you guys out of like seeing us actually do something if we're not like filming a whole lot today? And not that we won't film, but if today was just more of like a vlog of saying like, we just kind of hung out, got some stuff done, kind of caught up a little bit, and wanted to get set for like a really strong week. But I felt like I kind of had this pressure all day to be like, no, you need to like film something important and do something or establish something. And I still don't know that we've figured out what that looks like. But I really did I think the story time thing went well. I like that. I like that we got to do some content and stuff. So.
Yeah, that was a good project.
I liked it too.
I'm glad you're here. This is
It's like sitting in. We're sitting in a tub with our viewers right here. It's exciting.
I know. I'm excited to be here.
You're our audience.
I missed you guys.
I feel clean.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
Wait, this floral pattern's nice.
Kind of.
We can just pull it over.
Like,
wait, we should sing a song.
we
harmonize it. Avida say good.
So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, good night.